This is the context of Diipaavali. It's a festival which Indians, the Hindu religious people, follow, taking a external event of the epic, not knowing really what the epic is expounding. People just for their merry-going prepare sweets, firecrackers, wear new dress. That's all the and all and aim all for their affiliation with their epics. This is not the real way. Last year, the same event we have discussed on Deepavali with respect to the epic. Now, let's understand more about it with respect to us in our terms, in our comprehending terms. The life is based on self, but man picks up the early mundane concepts, any amount of experiences that come to him fail to teach him the difference. While he is in terms of self, he tries to compare himself with the external. If the external is pleasing for him, he is pleased. If the external is not pleasing, he is not pleased. And he feels that his life is only with external. You may observe the sentences that we have framed now. He feels, who is that he? External happiness is external, but he feels happy with that. Who is that he? And source of pain, sorrow is external. Who is that he who feels it? He is the feeler, they are the felt. Who is that feeler? Well, he does not know. He feels the one who jumps is the feeler, the one who weeps is the feeler, the one who feels satisfied by just moving with externals is the self. Definitely not. If he is the one who enjoys the happiness from external, that enjoyment should be with him. It is not with him. He is giving it up soon. Sorrow, he is giving it up. And he refrains from the external world, even at least to take rest or to take sleep. Finally, to quit this world. He is man who refrains. He is not the man who is attached with that. Now, Deepavali is Diipaavali. Deepasya Avali. Deepavali. Deepasya Avali. Deepavali. Deepa is one word. Avali is one word. Deepasya Avali. Deepa is, in the common language, light. Alright. Deepyate iti deepaha. Light is one. Self-illumine is light. Deepa. A light can illumine another light. This is also light. Self-illumined light is light. It is never darkness. If a light can put off itself or is put off by somebody else, it is no light. Let not the words be gambled. Light is light. That's all. Light can never turn to darkness. Light can never turn to be put off. If that is put off, it is no light. Now, if a light is to illumine another light, And that light also should be of this chronology. That light also should be everlasting. It should not be, it should not be put off or go into darkness. If such a thing occurs, even that is not illumined. Hierarchy is not like that. Hierarchy is the right way. Now, man can illumine himself, illumine self illumination, or illuminate an external. External as a practice for eternity. That light is also light because that can progress and reach the climax, accomplishment. But at the same time, man can illuminate he as he feels the mundane world. The mundane world is getting put off. It is getting put off because it is not illuminated properly. What is that properly? Properly is a man who is not stable. He cannot illuminate anything externally in the right way because he is in the wrong way. He is not the right man. He has lost his light in the dwindling of his methods and his approach. His approach to the external also is dwindling. It is vacillating. This is not light. This is not Deepa. Now, Avali is Asmito Valati. Vala Samvarane Sancharane. Asmrito. Smrito is consciousness. In the consciousness, whichever can make a field of itself, a protected field of itself, and in such a field, if one can conduct and receive it protected, that is Avali, and that light is Diipaavali. His consciousness of non-physical electromagnetic yada is that Diipaavali. Yada, again we repeat, even in this discourse, existence, activation, revelation, dwelling, discrimination, awareness, accomplishment. These are the 7 elements, characteristical elements of the universe. And he being consciousness of it is his non-physical electromagnetic field. This non-physical electromagnetic field is his light. His light, that is Diipaavali. Now, he is that as a subjective element as I, self. And this self is his life. Now, the man is now acting in such a way that self is not life, but external is his life. Look at the gulf of difference between the expressions. While self is life, he feels the external is life. Okay, why not it this way? Let us admit it. Let us try to admit it. Okay, you try it. You cannot do it. It is because the external is fleeting. If that is fleeting and if that is recognized as self, the man also has to be fleeting. No, he is stable. But while he is stable, if his mundane activities are based on this stability, then they also will meet him in that stability. Now look, many people, giants have gone, intelligent giants have gone. They have done a lot of jobs externally. And the jobs are stable because he worked it stably. So they are stable. But this fluctuating is the order of every other man. Those stable people are very rare. All the others are unstable. This instability is with them. And any amount of experiences, right from the birth to death, all the experiences fail to give him this sense that he is lost. He is lost. He is lost because he is lost. His stability is lost and he is unstable. Stability is dead for him. He is a dead man for his stability real factor, and he is unstable, vacillating. Death and birth are with respect to base with which he is working, base with which he is put up. But we talk with respect to the mundane. Okay. Now, Deepavali is his non-physical electromagnetic consciousness of Yada. That is self for him. And without the self, man cannot operate the external. Self operating the external is self operated. It should not be the external operated. That is an operated. That is operated by, the sentence is incomplete. Operated by, the doer has to come, karta has to come, by a self identified man. That is stable. But a unstable external operated by unstable man has no entity either in the external world or for him. If there is an entity, that is failed and he is also failed. You get the logic of the discrimination, isn't it? Now, let us see how we do behave in our life. If life is to meet death, it is not life. Man is, even the man, which should call, out of the 84 lakh species, he is the greatest design. And even that greatest design, the man, is trying to live for death. Death is not after long years of living with the physical body. Even at every instant, he is living death for his stability. That death is more dangerous for him than casting off the mortal body. You get the point? Now, right, language, Samskrita, is well framed for the real culture where the man is more superior than the framing of the external universe. The external universe totally is trying to serve the man for his elevation. And a language to express him to that way, to that extent, to that elevation, that is misused today. Om Panini Namaha. Panini is a saint. He made up the grammar for the language. So much so, if one has to just put a toss whether Veda are superior or his grammar is superior, it is inseparable. So much so that his grammar is Vedanga. Vedanga. Inseparable from Veda. Inseparable with man's elevation. If man's elevation is to be explained, it has to be explained only in that language, defining every word. Defining every word. Defining every word. No, neither Indian languages nor any worldly language can explain it. No language can explain it. It's only that is how it is Samskrita. It is culturized. Okay. But even that language is misused for mundane applications. Mundane applications. And the so-called scholars of the language, they are scholars only to apply the mundane. They are not literary to self. Without being literary to self, all the scriptures are projected in mundane way. It is because their knowledge is only to that extent. And so the entire world is misplaced, deceived. They are deceived. They are deceived, so that is deceived. Language is not that. You may try to observe 21 scientific papers published by this institution under International Institute of Educational Research on Human Rights. In our YouTube, we have introduced 21 scientific papers. The language expresses, explains, expounds to that high extent where even an atheist cannot reject it. If only he has a sense, it's all right. There are many atheists we know. They have sense. And the reason for their being atheism is something really valid from seeing from external, not from internal. Seeing the external mundane world, they have turned to be atheists. They are really not atheists. They are more theists than the people who behave as atheists in the name of theism. Right? You may go through that. It is introduced in one of these discourses of this YouTube in the name of Saint Come Scientist. Okay. Now, even the scientist, he feels that his science is external physics. Okay, external science is developed. It is a passive voice. It is to be activated by the one who has done it. By whom? By the scientist. The scientist has done it by his science, not by the science of the external. Science is with him. He is scientist. He is scientist, the possessor of the science. Science is Vijnana. Vijnana is distinct knowledge, distinct awareness with him. He is a distinct awareness. An embodiment of distinct awareness is a scientist. But he feels that his science is external. This external science turns to him for egoism. Say, I have done it. What has he done it? Whatever is in the external, it's a design of the universe. And whatever he has done it, his base is a non-physical design of the universe. That is a physical design, as if it is a physical design, but expressing only non-physical consciousness of Yada. And he is a design of non-physical who can comprehend and express only non-physical comprehension of consciousness of Yada. Nothing but that. It's a universe design of the universe. He is not the name, not a mere scientist. He is himself the design of the universe. He is that rich, that elevated. But he feels that he has lost elsewhere. This is a wrong identification for both the scholars of the language and the scientists also. When we say scientist, all the professional fields that we see today are all sciences. All the scientists are in the same misconceived ideas, misconceived about themselves. It is Atmahano Janaha. It is that is self-deceiving and self-suicide. It's a criminal case for them. They book themselves for themselves in their way only as criminals. It is that serious is a mistake. Now, beyond that, even the common man, everybody have got a simple formula that he should be very smart. Smartness. They feel mundane. Mundane is smartness. Where a jeans pant at the waist. This is Atala Loka, where there is no stability. Man loses stability here. Beyond this, he loses stability. He wears a pant here, a sari wearing here. as if going for a movie, fashionable postures, and they feel this is smart. Let us understand. Was Albert Einstein wearing pantia? Was he not smart? Om, oath. Basic sciences have been developed by them. They developed it with stable postures for themselves. They were very stable. They did not gain that stability by wearing a pantia. This is developing wrong attitudes for people. This is provocational attitude. In this provocational attitude, things go only with such an attitude. And beyond that, this is also inertia, attitude of inertia. That is understanding right in the wrong way and the wrong in the right way. This is the inertia. No scientists who have developed so much of scientists here, and today scientists are working beyond that. But no scientist was so fantastic for about a fashion. They were elevated by the light within. Though not knowing in awareness totally, being a scientist at least, they had some ethics of life. They had ethics of life, ethics of behavior, and a genuine, a polished, a gentlemanly virtue. Okay? And no scholar as today is seen was there earlier. There were scholars, no doubt about it. They had some ethics of life. Today, everybody is fond of that. Even a scholar, a Sanskrit scholar, a language scholar of a bona fide language like Indian language also, and like a bona fide language as English also, none of them were like this. Today, external influence, external fashions have a very great influence. Even to the college, girls wear dress up to this. Even above an underwear. Underwear at least will be down to it. Much above this. It is not a religious way of expressing that they wear this, and this should be worn learned like this. It is about a man. About a man. Man is beyond his attitudes. He should not seek means of developing wrong attitudes for him. Let us learn that this non-physical virtues like desire, sex, and anger, avarice, egoism, they are all non-physical. And the Lord is within. Lord is one. He is not religious. Lord is beyond religious. That Lord is within us, verily, as our own format. And that Lord will bring him down from all these wrong virtues of non-physicalness. But these physical attractions collected from externals, and feel that they are really smart by that. And their sciences, their studies, their culture, their elevation is by this wrong elevations, wrong culture, wrong lifestyle cannot elevate them. They have to, one day or other, know their own mistake. No one can protect them. Even the God within, Lord within, cannot protect. He can protect. He is a non-physical entity. Non-physical mistakes he can protect. But this type of external attractions, fleeting, developing wrong attitudes, even the Lord cannot protect. Right? Sure, you are not misunderstanding. Sure, you are not misunderstanding. These words are, by seeing the external world, people like us are getting turmoiled because we are not able to change them. show them their own elevation. Our effort is always to show them their elevation, their mightiest elevation, an elevation, a real format, a real self which is beyond the universe. Beyond the universe. He is not a common man. He is not destined for death. He is destined for eternal live life. Live life. So let us not resort to misunderstandings and misunderstanding way of attacking people. If a reality is expressed, then attack back. That is a wrong way, and such approaches are not healthy. Healthy for the self, not healthy for even the universe, not healthy for a real virtue, not healthy for the society. Society has some ethics. People should move together in an ethical way. They should not be outrageous. So, today, if this universe should get back to that real entity of the design, only one element to let the people follow. Let them change their code of dress. Change the code of dress. Let them not run after fascination for the external world. He is much beyond, unexplainable, unparalleled, much beyond this fascination for the external world. May him achieve it. Achieve it by just not going into the illusion of the external fascination. Sufficient. Today, this society will be elevated to rich values. This is Diipaavali. Diipaavali is not only a religious festival, it is a holy feature of every second, an eternal holy feature for the man. Let us bind ourselves to our richness. Let us ban things coming in obstruction. Sure, you are not getting irritated. Take the right spirit. What is required is self-elevation. Self-elevation is the basis for all these words that come out, for all these expressions. Right? Let's see, meet again.